All right. Good evening. I'm glad you could all join me here today. Got quite a mission in front of us. We are going to be retaking the offices of the Department of Navy. And you've all been briefed on your particular assignments? Yes. Okay. And just to let all of you know, there we go. I will make sure you get all the equipment you need. All right. If you have any questions, this would be a good time to ask. No? Okay. All right. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy mission for sure. And I want to make sure we, win or lose, we definitely record what we witness when we do. Make our attempt to retake the Department of the Navy. There we go. Get up here where I can see it. If any of you want out, this would be a good time. There, that's pretty good. All right, we're gonna have to adjust that a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, just a little adjustment on that. I'm just a little too tall for this. There we go. There, perfect. Perfect. That's gonna work just so. Now that's a rig. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach a couple of weapons to this platform so that I can get some filming and we can use it for some distance shooting. There we go. Should work pretty good. Do you think you can handle this? Yeah. Okay. Well, seeing that we have some new recruits, I think we'll have one of the new guys break in on this rig. Like I said, we'll put a couple small distance weapons on here that they can use to kind of protect themselves. I think that back needs to go down a little bit. Like that. Now you can adjust this for yourself, but I think that works for me, right? Yeah, I like that. Tight on the shoulder like that. Yeah, that works. That works real good. Yeah, that's gonna work perfect. So you can hold one hand here, fire a weapon, here, fire a weapon. See what I mean? And you're still basically focused on what you're shooting at. So I think this is gonna work pretty well for what we're gonna do with this mission. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want you to get too worried. we're going to have the more experienced men go in first. Keep some of the new recruits back. Because get that cleaned off a little bit. Whenever you deal with ghosts or time travel, you always get ectoplasm all over everything. Yeah, I know. Get it off this rig real quick here. There we go. Set this aside. I know. Ghosts and goblins. What are you going to do? Now, if they have any undead in their ranks, that's easily dealt with. We have a couple of what we call sunlights, and the other agents will have those attached to their weapons. But here is a standard one that you'll have nearby, a sunlight. And what you do is when we tell you to, you can, it's a tripoded weapon, and I know it looks small, okay, but you can level it, aim it, that's how you aim it. And I know it's small. Mr. Hughes built this for us. Right now it has a day filter on it. You can pull that out and go raw, but we found that the day filter seems to work better, and it's very bright. So to give you an idea, there you go. And the range on this is about 60 feet. Now, I've got news for you. When you see an enemy coming, they're going to be 60 feet away. They're not going to be across a football field. They're going to be coming at you. And if you see any undead, the trick is just to turn on the light and fire. Just turn it on full blast. Get behind it. If it doesn't outright kill them, some undead are resistant to sunlight and artificial sunlight. It may not hurt them, but it will most definitely blind them or burn their eyes. They won't be able to attack. That'll give you time to fire back, but get behind it. Get as close as you can and behind it. Okay, so remember that. Artificial sunlight. And if you need to aim it over a building, it can. So if you're on the ledge of a building and they're climbing up a building, you aim it down, you get behind it. Okay? They can't come up. It'll repel them. And that's one thing. It may not hurt them, but it will repel them from your position. And you have to make sure you have power on at all times. So you have to have all four lit. If all four lights aren't lit, it's very ineffective. It starts losing power. Okay, so that's your sunlight. Now, we do know that the faith healer purports himself to be a faith healer, but he's actually a necromancer, and he will be using some necrotizing magics to control his minions. So don't be surprised if you face attacks from the undead, as I mentioned. Both true undead and then creatures of the dead, which are creatures from the nether realms. There's a difference. The sunlight won't work on those. The only thing that works on them is brute force. They're just like any human, mammal, animal, or reptilian person. They can be basically destroyed through physical harm. That's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot cleaner. Ectoplasm's nasty. You'll have to deal with it. Now, what I'm going to do for you, the cameraman, a safety first type situation. We are going to doubly ensure that you're going to, how would you say, survive the ordeal. And we're going to equip your camera. It's back. We're going to equip your camera with a sunlight. Because I think you can use it for two reasons. Okay, that slips right on there. That, and we gotta adjust it here. Just like so. And tighten it up on the shoe. And voila. You have a light and camera action. Very safe. So we'll have this one, a backup, and then some distance attack weapons on your rig so that you can guarantee your safety. They won't be able to get to you, but a 30-06 bullet can get to you. So the more you light yourself up as a target and the more you light yourself up as a weapon, the more chances there are of you drawing fire from a sniper position. So it's going to be a double-edged sword. Okay. There you go. Let's get you in here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. That's my candy. 5-second rule. You counting? If it was anything else, I'd leave it on the ground, but for Hershey's, I'll pick it up. Looks clean. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. I've only told one other person this. Seeing we're all on the same team, we need to be on the same team. Quite literally. I have a pack of Lance vanilla cookies. Cyclops, would you like some? There you go. Okay. Yeah, they're really good. I like Lance snacks. Excuse me, chocolate's making my throat. That's better. One thing about the faith healer, he only gives the illusion of healing people. And he's a necromancer. Now, like every necrotic type of creature I've had the pleasure of running into, they all have a weakness. And this is the weakness right here. This is the secret device. Nikola Tesla, in his studies of the ethereal plane, the ethereal matter between the prime material plane and the astral plane, the ethereal realm, and energy transmission through the ethereal plane, created this device. Now all of these little lights have to light up on it. That means it seeks out the biorhythm of the necrotic entity or creature that you're aiming it at. Once they all light, and it usually takes a very quick fraction of a second, but on something the grand scale of maybe the size of an elephant or a battleship. Yes, I mean battleship. It will take a few seconds to line up and focus on the bio signal of the necrotizing entity that is in the prime material plane. Now, what you don't know, and this is even a bigger secret than a magical MacGuffin device from Nikola Tesla. What Tesla found was you can transmit energy through the prime material plane a small distance, but energy can be transmitted a great distance through the ethereal realm. And he found that necrotic creatures from the ethereal plane who had come to our plane of existence, the prime material plane, the gravity wells that the solar system sits in around the sun, or the universe that we know and we recognize as reality. These creatures still have a tether, a wisp of energy, of biometric, measurable life force still in the ethereal plane, not the astral plane, the realm of ghosts and spirits, and limbo, and the passing of creatures to other planes of existence when they die. That's the astral plane. This is the ethereal plane, the web, if you will, of spider web cotton fabric that ties the prime material plane with the ethereal, with the astral, with the higher realms out from there. That's disgusting. Now, what does this have to do with us? Okay. Well, sure. Would you guys... I got almonds. I got Hershey's with almonds right here. That wasn't almonds. You want some? Personally, back during the war, back in the war, when I was in the war, I was a snipe, you know. Born and bred Chicago snipe. Yeah, my buddies from Chicago. Good man. Good men. We preferred the almond bars. You got more out of them, you know. You got a little more energy and protein out of a almond bar, and they went a little further than a regular bar. But here you go. You can have one. And here's a couple more for you guys. Hey, I'll have one too if you don't mind. Let me get them out for you. Here, guys, just share them amongst yourselves. Yeah, they're great. Love Hershey's with almonds. But anyway, yeah, I was a snipe. And then I got into surveillance, espionage with the OSS. They gave me a test, and I managed to qualify. I also invented a couple distance cameras that could film, in the different spectrums of light, so we could pick up the energy signal and light sources from the enemy from a very long distance, even if they had all the electricity and thermal lights off, we could still pick up the thermal images of the soldiers, so we could see them from great distances across the desert, especially at night. This made these differences we could record with a spectrometer that could pick up the differences, and we could zone in and call in airstrikes on what we believe were enemy positions. Because even if they mask their motors and their engines on their mechanized units, the Germans and the Italians, but you could still pick up on them, the heat signals from them. So what you have here is this tether between the prime and ethereal plane, this webbing of energy, constantly pulling the creature, almost like any creature from the ethereal plane on the prime material plane is like a creature that is dreaming that it's here. Not truly here, dreaming that it is here. And this makes the work of a necromancer so easy when it comes to manipulating and controlling these creatures, because, okay, the creature thinks it's not really here and it's in a dreamlike state. So if you were to capture some creature like this, you can control it, because you can make it think that it's actually dreaming this reality. It's not going to get harmed. Even an undead, necrotic vampire, demon, ghoul, ghast, all of these creatures, they still long to live, to keep their lives in order. So the necromancer has control over them, because if they die, letting somebody kill them, they die here, they die forever. They don't want that. So they'll fight even more fiercely for you. So what we need to do is, you'll have to help me take out the team that the Faith Healers assembled with my evil doppelganger, Dr. Michael Andrews, from the Mirror Universe. Prime material, ethereal, astral, more prime material planes, mirror universes, places where Adolf Hitler, for instance, is a struggling artist, and where a writer like H.P. Lovecraft actually becomes a dictator over a fascist United States. And Germany has to win World War II with its allies and stop the United States from conquering the world. Mirror. Mirror, mirror. And it's as simple, straightforward as looking in a mirror. Here I am, Dr. Andrew Michaels. There I am, Michael Andrew. So different, yet the same. Same experiences, same war experiences, everything. Married the same women, had the same kids. Except after the war, he tried to kill his wife and child to better his position in the Nazi Party. And in doing so, his wife banished him to our prime material plane. So, dear Dr. Michael Andrew, tried to kidnap my wife and child as a surrogate for his own. He saw my weak, pleasant Susie homemaker wife as a virtual slave compared to the evil mirror wife that he had before, a rising adversary. And she was actually stronger than him in the Nazi party. So he's joined with the faith healer, and the faith healer has mind controlled many of our OSS agents using Project Chatter and the drug LSD. Acid, as it's called on the street, to control the minds of these men. So that's what we're facing. An array of undead vampiric ghouls, ghasts, and zombies. Willing OSS agents waiting to kill us. Helpless Navymen being given orders to shoot at us, not knowing that we are the friend, not the enemy that they have been told. And it comes down to this. If you get me close enough to the faith healer, and I dispatch him, his necromancer energies in his body will allow him to be susceptible to the Tesla device. Dr. Michael Andrews traveled through the ethereal plane to get here. He didn't use a time bubble like I do. And because of that, the path to push him back to his plane of existence still exists through the ethereal plane. And once we destroy their leadership, it will be a simple matter of their troops will just collapse. All the ones under any kind of magic control. And it will be a simple matter of mopping up the controlled agents. Hopefully not killing them. Do you understand your mission objectives? Okay. Do you understand how all of your equipment works? Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. This is how we put Cthulhu back to sleep. He destroyed an entire navy. One of ours and one of Argentina's. And that happened just from him rising from the ocean. And furthermore, no matter what you've ever read by the writer H.P. Lovecraft or in any other science fiction books, Cthulhu is not here. That is just a dream of him under the ocean, sleeping in the city of Riley. He did that kind of damage just rising out of the ocean in a dream of himself. Out of two entire Navy blockades of the island, where we found the sunken city of Riley, only one small and two large ships survived. So the rumors you've heard about the Elder Gods and Cthulhu are true. It wasn't that long ago, and Cthulhu is not something to be trifled with, and he's a very angry, vengeful, elder, godlike creature, and they're using the Necromonicon to do all sorts of things in his name and the Elder Gods' names, and they're getting tired of it. And this blood oath I took with the Elder Gods to return the Necronomicon to them in their realm of existence. That's proof and evidence of that. And they want it back. And the end game for the Faith Healer never was to control the United States. It was to destroy us. And I got news for you. If he thinks Cthulhu's going to be happy 6 months after he was put back to slumber, being pulled back into consciousness, it won't be the Faith Healer's enemies that will be destroyed. He'll turn this entire world into a cinder. There won't be a drop of water left on the planet. So really you don't have a choice. You either help me and we win, you help me and we lose, and then we die. Either way, you don't help me, you die. You help me, you could still die. But we might live through it. You're either in or out. Can I count on your help? Okay. All right. And all of you out there in the ASMR world who have taken the time to watch to this point, I need your help. If you're with my team, I need you in the comments below to tell me, I am with you, Dr. Andrew Michaels. I am with you. Because with your good faith and prayers, we can defeat the Faith Healer and the evil mirror universe, Dr. Michael Andrews. We can do it if we all stand tall together and have faith. We'll see you soon, and have a most blessed day. Bye-bye.